Well, I hate to break it to you guys, Miss Falstick is stuck in math jail because she was caught doing way too much math. So, since I'm here, I'm going to talk to you about finding the percent of a number. Alright, so let's begin. Make sure you have your graphic organizer out. You will be filling in the middle section after we discuss just a little bit about how to find the percentage. Okay, so 10 is what percent of 55? What I recommend that you do is you can color code the problem to help you understand what each part represents. So 10 is what percent? As you notice here, I'm asking what the percent is. So right away, you can plug in your variable. I'm going to use x for is what percent of 55. So of 55 goes where my of is located. So of 55, 10 is. That's my part of my total. And 100 will always stay here. So 10 is what percent of 55? So you boys and girls are doing an awesome job at applying the cross multiplication or the palm tree method. So here, I'm going to do 55 times x, which is 55x, which is equal to 100 times 10. And actually, what I'm going to do here is use a dot to represent multiplication so I don't get my variable x confused with multiplication. So I'm going to simplify 10 times 100, which is 1,000, and I can use my calculator to double check, which is equal to 55x. Then in my last step, in order to find out what x is equal to, I'm going to divide both sides by 55. So I'm going to take 1,000 divided by 55. I just realized I don't have my calculator. 1,000 divided by 55 equals 18.18, repeating. So I'm going to use the line over top to represent that it's repeating. Now, one very important thing here is I'm finding what percent. So this represents the percent, so it's important that you include your percent symbol. Okay, let's look at another problem. This is without the color coding, but you can still, if you want to use highlighting tools, you can. 25 is what percent of 70? So in this case here, I'm still finding percent. So I'm going to use x to represent my percent over 100. Ooh. 25 is what percent x of 70? So again, I'm going to use my cross multiplication. 70 times x, which is 70x, is equal to, I'm going to do this in one step, 25 times 100, which is 2,500. And I just realized do 70x. I forgot to put in my x here. I'm going to divide both sides by 70 in order to isolate my variable. use my calculator. Do 2,500 divided by 70 equals 35.7%. Since I'm finding percent. It's important that you have your percent symbol here. Okay, so let's apply this to real world a little bit. Let's say, let's go with this. Say you were caught sleeping in reading class. You slept for 15 of the 40 minutes. What percent of the class did you sleep? Just do me a favor and don't tell the reading teachers that I put that. Okay, so we don't know what the percent is, so we're going to use X over 100. So we slept for 15 of the 40 minutes. Even though reading class I know is a little bit longer, let's just say for time's sake, 40 minutes. Okay? So I'm going to do 40 times X, which is 40X, which is equal to 15 times 100. Check it on your calculator, but I know that's 1,500. Why? Because I'm multiplying 15 by 100, and there's 2 zeros. So using our property, I can add the 2 zeros for 1,500. I'm going to divide both sides by 40. Divide by 40. So that means you were caught sleeping. 1,500 divided by 40 for 37.5% of the class. And I know for a fact that you would never be caught sleeping in that. So that's already 0%. Okay, let's go to your graphic organizer. We are going to fill out the medium column and the medium column only. So let's find my handy dandy ink tool that I'm not good at using. Okay. So 20 is what percent of 130? So 20 is what percent? You know what? Let me adjust the thickness here. Maybe that'll help. What percent of 130? Okay. So I'm going to solve for x. 130 times x is 130x. Which is equal to 20 times 100, which is 2,000. To divide both sides by 130 in order to isolate my variable x and find what the percentage is. So 2,000 divided by 130 gives me 15.3%. So what that would mean is, say 20 people out of 130 actually think I'm in math jail right now, which shouldn't be a bad thing, because doing a lot of math is actually good. So this really doesn't make sense at all, but that's okay. So if 20 out of 130 people actually thought I was in math jail, that'd be 15.3% of the people. All right, you are doing an awesome job so far. I hope you enjoyed this video as always, and if you didn't, just pretend like you did. Okay, have a great night, and I will see everyone tomorrow. I'll be busted out here. Right? So you guys are going to help me, right? I might get a little lonely in here. But you'll get me out. You'll solve the problem. You do the graphic organizer. That will set me free. Alright. See ya.